Welcome back to year 3 of the North Texas Dynasty here on College Football 26. We are coming off of a dark episode in this dynasty. We have now not only lost to USF, we are on a 2-game losing streak, and we lost to Boise State, who we now have a rivalry with. You get an update look at the conference standing so far. We are still a top 25 ranked team at 6-2. The year's not necessarily over, but I fear if we don't win out, our year is done. We got 2 massive games in this video. One conference game, you could argue FAU is the better or the bigger game, seeing as it is a conference opponent and a team that we have not played this year. They're 4-3. Their conference record isn't really incredible, but still a solid team that we cannot show up and lollygag against. Still a conference opponent, and we are on a 2-game conference losing streak. But the big game in this video is we are going on the road after this to play the Miami Hurricanes. And I'll be honest with you guys, 9-3 might get us in if we lose to Miami, but I do not want to count on it. I know we can get in the playoffs again at 10-2, but we got to get our act together. Back-to-back losses. We now have lost to Boise State. Both times we've played them. Probably our biggest rival in the series up to this point, other than maybe the Texas Longhorns. But like I said, we got to take care of FAU first. This is a get-right game for us on the road, but FAU is no pushover, a team that we have not seen here in this dynasty just yet. Year 3 continues. We're starting on the road. Here comes Austin leading the FAU Owls. Shotgun snap right away here at home. They're going to go out to the running back who's going to miss a tackle, break, spin move, juke, block. What is happening? Terrible start. Austin Advoso with a 41-yard pass to get the game going underway. FAU is not even packed out. We went from the number 7 team in the country, and now back-to-back losses have us scrambling. If we drop this one on the road, our year's probably done. 3rd and 12. It is do or die mode if we want to get back to the college football playoffs. Plenty of time. Throwing up a prayer, trusting him to bat that down. It's a Moss! Oh my God, not the way we wanted to start. Hassman goes up on the one-on-one, a good ball to the back corner of the end zone, and it is Harry Hassan who is going to bring that one down on our true freshman corner, Ray Kohler, who has struggled these past few weeks. He's a true freshman, but he's got elite development, and God, I hope these games are helping him develop. Out comes Bryce Baker in the offense, desperately needing to get something going. There's a deep shot. Overthrew Tommy Maher, who has really come alive these past few weeks, but man, that one was just a little overthrown by Bryce Baker. 3rd and 7, out to Drayden Dickman. There's the double D, our leading touchdown scorer and our leading receiver this year. Another 3rd down, Bryce Baker. He's got the QB sneak, the QB blast, and he's going to take off for a huge gainer right there. 35 yards on that one, and we've been trying to utilize his mobility more and more each and every week here. 2nd and 6, out to Glenn Bell, who's going to find some separation, and North Texas, thank goodness, we could not afford an empty possession there. Get some momentum back in this team, tying it up 7-7. 3rd and 9, our defense with an opportunity to get them 3 and out off the field right away. Here is Allen wide open down the field, and FAU looking feisty, not wanting us. I mean, guys, our plan's to go to the Big 12 next season, but if we lose a 3rd straight conference game, maybe we're still not there, even ranked, even as a 2-time CFP playoff team. But thank goodness that one does not result in a similar Moss. That's going to be batted away. Here is 3rd and 7. I don't think they're quite in field goal range, although in this game you never know. A run up the middle that is going to be contained. Kenton Allen on the tackle there, and they will punt. So W for the defense, getting our team settled down a little bit here. 3rd and 3. Over the middle, Drayden Dickman. That's a green bean. Drayden Dickman tried to cut it to the inside, but still a good game there, and that's going to be his 3rd catch on the day for 33 yards. 1st and 10. Bryce Baker gonna get some hot routes going here from the shotgun over the middle. That is gonna be the man himself, Alexander Marler, another elite development true freshman, getting some reps here and there. Still a low overall, but he makes the catch on that one. Here's Justin Marshall with his first clip of the day, and Justin Marshall on the screen pass absolutely goes for a big gain. Bryce Baker is going to see an opening crease. Drayden Dickman on the streak. Gets past the defender. It's a green bean. And the speed of number 6, the double D. Drayden Dickman. Is he a designated driver? Is he a boob? We'll never know. 14-7 is your score at the end of the first quarter. Like I said, FAU is feisty. They're at home here, not looking to get embarrassed. I think they're 4-3 on the year, having a pretty solid start, but we need this one more. Down the field again on 3rd and 8, and once again it gets batted away. Thank goodness we're not letting that one go. Colin Lewis on the defense there, and out comes Bryce Baker and the offense again. From the shotgun over the middle. That's going to be Glenn Bell, all reliable, the tight end, the same class as our stud quarterback Bryce Baker. That's a first down. 1st and 10. In comes RB2 Terrell Washington, who made a lot of noise last year. A lot of y'all thought he should have been our RB1, but he gets a big gain right there, maybe adding some validity to y'all's points. 1st and 10. Here comes Terrell Washington again. Why not feed him again? The blocks are there, and Terrell Washington with a 14-yard gainer on that one, averaging about 15 a carry so far in this one. Here comes the speed option. No, we're going to cut it back to the inside. I see a lot of defenders out there and not a lot of white jerseys to block him. Terrell Washington following his blockers, beebing and wobbing his way for a 9-yard gain. And we got to feed him again. Terrell Washington earned his touchdown on this drive. And now North Texas starting to breathe a little bit, finding their rhythm offensively. We are up 21-7, but like I said, FAU, I got a feeling they're not going down without a fight. 2nd and 10, 21-7 here. Here is Allen from the shotgun over the middle, taken down. That is going to lead us to a 3rd and 4. Here comes the hurry up. We're going to send a blitz here. Head coach Stevie Balls loves to send his defense out the QB. Taking the snap here from the shotgun. Allen trying to get rid of it. He's hit as he's thrown. Throws up a prayer. Oh my goodness, I thought they caught that. But finally, Colin Lewis having a really good game as the defender right there. 3rd and 7. Looking to capitalize on that empty possession from FAU. Bryce Baker having a really good game. They're sending pressure over the middle. He threads the needle to find Drayden Dickman with his 5th catch on the day. Easily been the biggest threat offensively for us so far. But Terrell Washington continuing to have a great game. He's got 58 yards on 6 carries. 1st and 10. Bryce Baker sees a crease up the middle, letting the clock run a little bit. Here comes the QB blast. Bryce Baker showing the wheels. Gonna slide down and not risk the fumble. Timeout as we have 23 seconds left. Letting that clock run. Terrell Washington! And I love Terrell Washington. I got to give credit to the O-line right there who just let him walk in there unscathed. Terrell Washington, definitely the best game of his year so far as we go into halftime with a commanding lead, 28-7. Terrell Washington, again, this has been his game, man. His breakout game, 12 rushes, 105 yards. And you guys know how good Justin Marshall is. We can't bench Justin Marshall, but there's Devin Hyatt to the outside. Devin Hyatt's got the speed! Touchdown number 13, Devin Hyatt. And I feel like all of our receivers, including the tight end Glenn Bell, are really starting to get warmed up in their own. And this is the craziest play. This is the 3rd string running back in the 4th quarter, Mackenzie McGill, who has been here since year 1, is going to have the longest touchdown in North Texas history. 99 yards, and FAU has rolled over. They are calling this one quits. Your final score here at FAU, North Texas handles business in a much needed get right spot. 45-7 is gonna be your final score here on the road, and a great game from everyone. Outside of the opening possession, FAU did not score. Great looks from our defense. Really good balls today from Bryce Baker. Terrell Washington was obviously impactful. Drayden Dickman had a great game. Glenn Bell had a great game. Devin Hyatt had a touchdown. Tommy Maher, little quiet this game. Hopefully he's big in the Miami game. Mackenzie McGill with a 99-yard touchdown. And Colin Lewis from the defense deserves some props because he stopped some big play touchdowns from happening, which we were not able to do in the first quarter. Obviously, this team is rolling. I've been saying it all year. We won the Natty in year 3 in the WKU Dynasty, and with how this team was playing, going 6-0 to start the year, getting to be the number 7 team in the country, I really thought that trend would continue. But ultimately, we got to improve. We can't go 2 losses in a row. Bryce Baker, his sophomore year, going a lot better than his freshman year. 24 touchdowns, 7 picks. Justin Marshall with 7 touchdowns. Terrell Washington gets his total up to 3 with that game. Mackenzie McGill, his first touchdown that game. Bryce Baker's got 3 touchdowns and 154 yards. Pretty good for your sophomore quarterback. And Drayden Dickman now has 14 touchdowns as we're nearing the end of the year. 3 touchdowns for Glenn Bell and Devin Hyatt. Justin Marshall, Tommy Maher getting some touchdowns. Alex Marler getting some receptions going. The tight end freshman Braden Young. And then J.J. Jean Lewis is going to be our tackle leader, with Jaden Williams leading the way in sacks. But closely behind him, we have Joshua Pierce and then Samaje Burrell, Avion Carter, Rashad Battles, all contributing heavily in the sack department. These are our stats with 3 games left to go in the season, and a lot of them look like end-of-year stats. I'm not mad at that. Patrick Smith-Young leads us in picks. We got a few more sprinkled around, and now here are your updated conference standings. Everyone has at least 1 loss now. UAB, USF, Buffalo, and UTSA. We will play UTSA this year. We already played USF. And here is a current look at your college football playoff. Obviously, we're not in it, but both Louisiana at the 11 and San Jose State at the 12 are 2 teams I could see us squeaking in over. We were the 12 seed in year 1. We were the 11 last year. I wanted to get a first round bye, but after 2 losses, I don't think that's happening. My concern now, as we move up to number 21, is to just keep winning games. And that's going to be really hard because we are playing the number 20 Miami ACC-led Hurricanes, and we are on the road. This team's 88 overall. They started 4-0. They lost to Clemson. They beat Cal, Stanford, and they just lost to Wake Forest. So they're coming in at 7-2 with a 4-2 conference record. This game is our last out-of-conference game. They are led by 91 overall junior Desmond Williams Jr., who is a dual threat. Duke Watson at running back is going to be a threat. Chris Wheatley, obviously going to be good as well. And all the receivers are mid to high 80s. This is going to be a tough challenge. Probably tougher than the Texas game was, and we blew the brakes off of Texas. We have been wanting to prove that we are not just a good G5 team. We can hang with the big dogs, and this game feels like must win. This feels like it could be the end of the road in year 3 if we don't pull it together. I wish it wasn't that way. I was gonna go ahead and just take us in at 11-1 if we were to beat all the teams we should have and then lose to Miami, but we don't have that luxury anymore. This is a big game for both of these teams who want to get into the CFP. So out comes Desmond Williams. The Miami Hurricanes definitely heavily favored in this one. We're going to go 10.5-point favorites, but I'm taking North Texas with the spread. Here we go. Defense comes out first. We got the Harden Fry alternates on, and that's going to be met right away with the user. J.J. Jean Lewis gets the tackle in the backfield there, and a 3-and-out would be spectacular. 3rd and 10. Here is Desmond from the shotgun. Going to take the snap. Over the middle, we read that wrong, and that one is going to go for a first down. Miami moving the chains right there. Desmond Williams, 1st and 10. Here comes the shotgun snap. We got motion. We got pressure coming. Up the middle again, a pancake block. This one's going far. And that is my fear going into this game is overall-wise, we are outmatched. Physically, we are outmatched. This school should be better than we are. Here comes 1st and 10. Play action. Almost had the sack. Instead, another completion. And the Hurricanes offense is humming so far, just like the FAU game. 3rd and 8. We can hold him to 3 potentially from the shotgun. Desmond Williams feels the pressure and he goes down. Rashad Battles with a big sack there. And that is a nice statement from this defense saying you're not going to get an opening drive touchdown on us. This is not going to be a pushover game for y'all. We hold them to 3. The 3 is good. And the offense now has a chance to respond. Here we go. Out comes head coach Stevie Ball with this offense. Drayden Dickman having a phenomenal year. I would find it hard to believe he doesn't finish with at least 1,000 yards this season. 1st and 10. An early opportunity to run the QB blast. Here comes Bryce Baker. Stadium pulse is pulsing. He's going to make a man miss. Going to drag a few defenders for a 6-yard gain. I did get scared he was going to fumble there, but he did not. And we would get this close to Miami territory for another 1st down. Read option. Justin Marshall looking to get his get back in this game. Quiet game against FAU as Terrell Washington took a lot of the spotlight. 2nd and 4. Out to Devin Hyatt. He has been owning that route in that play recently, and I have to keep feeding him. 1st and 10. One of my favorite mesh spot concepts here. We get a motion man. The double D, Drayden Dickman going long. Shotgun snap, Baker. Gonna give him a chance. Green bean, Dickman! Had the speed. I thought he was going to connect there, but instead, slightly overthrown, incomplete. 3rd and 8. Need a completion here to stay in field goal range. Instead, going to the same spot. This time, it's Devin Hyatt! Number 13 with a big snag. The sophomore to senior connection. And North Texas ending this first quarter with a bang, up 7-3 on the road at Miami. This team is not unfamiliar with upsets. I do feel intimidated here at Miami, but it's not like we haven't almost beaten Georgia. It's not like we haven't beaten USC in the playoffs. We did. It's not like we didn't beat Dylan Raiola in the playoffs. We did. But of course, game's not over. 7-3, solid first quarter. If we can keep him out of the end zone, that's good enough for me. Here is 2nd and 11 here for Desmond Williams. They're going to go back to the run game. The blocks are there. What a play. What a run. It's going for more than it should. The spin moves have been our kryptonite, and that's going to be deep into North Texas territory. Stadium fans are starting to get a little antsy, wanting Miami to reclaim this lead. Here is Desmond Williams. Finds a man wide open. It's going to go for the first down and plenty more. Still about 6 minutes left here in the first half. From the shotgun, number 2. We got Williams having a pretty solid start to the day. No touchdowns, though. Not any turnovers. Another dink and dunk kind of first down. They are moving. This offense is humming. He's 8 for 9. Can't even be upset with him. Here comes the blitz. Trying to intimidate and get some pressure going. The blocks are picked up until they're not. Broken tackle, but it is met. There is Avion Carter finishing the job. I believe it was Rashad Battles who got there first. 3rd and 9 from the shotgun. Another third down. Can we hold him to 3? Hit as he's thrown, but he delivers a strike. What a play there from Desmond Williams, the junior. 1st and goal. Trying to punch this one in. They go up the gut. No, it is a RPO concept that I thought we defended pretty well, but Miami is going to reclaim the lead here. 10-7, they strike back. Baker. 3 minutes left in this first half. We're going to wait for Glenn Bell to pop wide open. Glenn Bell loves that play, and Glenn Bell going to be taken down at the 50. 3rd and 11 here. Miami would stop us from getting the run game going. Need Justin Marshall to step it up. Waiting for something to develop. Baker going to scramble out, try and take it himself. He is going to be tackled short. This is a little risky here. We are going to punt it. Back to Miami with 1:50. Trying to keep them from growing this lead. We do receive to start the next half, though. That is going to be over the middle, 3rd and 3. A stop right here would be excellent. Sending some pressure. 1:20 left in this first half. The blitz comes. It is blown up. That's the user. And that is another phenomenal play from J.J. Jean Lewis, the leader of this defense. 3rd and 5 for Baker. 30 seconds left. Just trying to get into field goal range here with 2 timeouts. Baker waits for something over the middle. That's going to be Terrell Washington who's getting more involved. That is our 2nd timeout. Just looking to tie this game up. I will take that going into halftime. Baker with the mesh spot concept. Going to send Drayden Dickman on a drag. He's going to go to Tommy Maher. No, it is Dickman. My fault. Got the white guys mixed up. I thought that one was going to be intercepted. Instead, the clock is running. Need to get this play off. Baker letting something develop over the middle. He's just throwing it away. 9 seconds left. We need a quick strike here. 3rd and 1. Out of field goal range for Lucas. Waiting for something over the middle. He's going to hit Terrell Washington, the senior, having a huge impact in these last 2 games. And we can try this one. It's going to take a lot of leg, though. Accuracy is good, and we... That's on me. That's on me. He had the leg to get it there, but I flipped up the accuracy. That's tough. We are going into halftime down 10-7. It could be tied, but things could be worse. In some ways, I think we're outplaying Miami. I think they are physically outbeating us, which is to be expected, but the offense is moving. The defense is not getting shat on, and we do receive here. Here we go. 2nd and 10. We got Devin Hyatt one-on-one. He gets the first step. Can he beat him again? Hyatt is overthrown. Baker with the orange bar. Little past his reach. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. We still have that same matchup one-on-one. We also got it on the right side. Looking. Hyatt's got the step. This one's a green. Can the ball get there? I thought he had it! Getting a little too aggressive, trying to tie this game up. Not the best play call there from head coach Stevie Balls. We punt it back. Still 10-7, relying on our defense here. Which anytime we've upset a good team, it's came from our defense. But that is going to be a first down for Miami. 2nd and 6 here from the shotgun. Desmond Williams having a pretty solid day. They're going to go back to Desmond Williams. He puts it on the ground. Someone pick it up. Samaje Burrell recovers the fumble. And like I said, it's this defense that keeps us in these games. What a play, taking advantage of the vulnerable junior quarterback who puts it on the ground. Justin Marshall gets a first down run right there. Great play as we are trying to get this at least tied up, but we can definitely take the lead here. 2nd and 13. Here comes the concepts. Bryce Baker from the shotgun. Lets Glenn Bell get open. He waited too long. He gets hit as he's thrown. Not able to get that one out, and it is 3rd and 13, and we are not in field goal range. I would hate for this drive to go to waste. Baker's not able to get it out in time. Tried to take a shot to the end zone, but Lucas Fisher, that is out of his range, and we punt again. Halfway through the 3rd, we're hanging on, but they're a touchdown away from this game getting out of hand, and that goes for a big gainer. No! He is out of there. The blocks were there. We don't have the speed to catch up, and Miami has their biggest lead of the day. That was the RB2, by the way, Wheatley Johnson. 17-7. Looking to tie it up. Going back to Devin Hyatt. We gotta chill. That was Drayden Dickman, but we gotta chill on the deep ball. It's not working. 3rd and 14. I can see the season ending right here. Sending Glenn Bell deep. We're going to throw him up a one-on-one. That gets tipped around. Tommy Maher comes down with it. You got to be kidding me. Tommy Maher, what a play. That should have been intercepted. Miami needs a timeout. Oh my goodness, how did he find that one? That is one of the craziest plays I have ever seen in this game, and Justin Marshall gets us even closer to striking distance. I am shook. That was electric. Baker letting someone get open. It's going to be Drayden Dickman, the double D, making some guys miss. I thought he might have found the end zone there. He's down. That's not a fumble. He's down. That's one of the things I don't like about this game. They call so many fumbles that aren't fumbles. If you challenge it, they'll reverse it. But, man, that was incredible. Although, Dickman, they might not call him down. He's laying on a defender. I guess it'll be interesting to see what they do here. And we got the ball. Okay, thank goodness. 3rd and 1. Justin Marshall back in the game. He's going to take the snap here from the shotgun. Can he punch it in? Our RB1 is going to be met, and they call 4th and inches. That's not even in. I could take the 3 here. This is a bad habit of mine, but Bryce Baker is going to waltz this one in for a touchdown, and we are only down 3. Our defense is playing good. This game is not over late in the 3rd quarter. Baker's hyped up. Tommy Maher saved the drive right there. He deserves a touchdown for that. And here we go. 2nd and 4 nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Miami with a 3-point lead. Number 20 versus number 21. And we are winning the sack battle by far. Jaden Williams. No, Stephen Ahmad, one of our younger players getting in there with his first sack on the year. 3rd and 9 from the shotgun. Waiting for someone to come open. We forced the slide. That is how you end the 3rd quarter. North Texas has got momentum. We're only down 3. The season is still alive, and we are barely there. Number 21. You can barely still see us, but we're looking to climb back into that top 12. Miami at home, I think they expected to be playing better, but the spread, 10.5, we're covering. That's what matters right now. Bryce Baker over the middle. That is going to be Devin Hyatt, who picks up a nice gain right there. 3rd and 1. We got Justin Marshall. Looking at different options we can go with. We're going to audible to a pass. We got an open Tommy Maher here on the side. Takes the snap. Over the middle. He's wide open. We had 3 people wide open. 3 people wide open. And Baker throws a red pass, which, yes, I should have threw it to Dickman. I should have threw it to anyone else. but man, that stinks. Miami picks it off, and we're still down 3. In field goal range here. We could still hold them to 3, but that was a gut punch with how that third quarter ended. Desmond Williams only has 1 incomplete pass, by the way. 3rd and 3 from the shotgun. Number 2, Desmond Williams. They're going to go back to the run game. We're ready for it. We need it on the outside, and they're going for it. They're not going to take the 3. They don't want to leave themselves vulnerable. 4th and 5, biggest play of the game. From the shotgun, looking to take off, throws up an air ball. No good. No good. Turnover on downs and a questionable call there from Miami. We're fine. Oh my goodness, that was something else. 2nd and 11. 5 minutes left in this one. Over the middle, Baker gets hit as he's thrown, not making a decision. The sophomore, the moment is too big. Piss running down his leg. Pressure's getting to him. 3rd and 11. Baker over the middle. He's got a man. Over the middle, Devin Hyatt taken down just short. Another intense 4th down here. 4th and 1. Season on the line. Playoff implications on the line. Over the middle. That's going to be Drayden Dickman. The double D shows up when it matters. And Baker, 210, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Not bad. 1st and 10. Sending Dickman deep. You guys know I love this play. From the shotgun. He's got Dickman. Probably threw it a little too late. Should not have thrown the air ball. He should have thrown a beam. Instead, we're faced with another 3rd and long. Baker letting the play develop. Comeback route. That is Devin Hyatt who hangs on. Devin Hyatt has came alive with some massive catches in this one. 1st and 10, 3:50 left in the game. Baker from the shotgun, letting someone get open. There's Tommy Maher with a big play. Another one to tack on for number 10. 1st down. 2nd and 7 here. Setting up some concepts. Number 17, Bryce Baker. Coming alive in this second half. There is Glenn Bell over the middle, who had one of our touchdowns earlier today. That'll be a 1st down. Another 2nd and 7. 2 minutes left here in this one. Baker. We're going to try and run some clock here. We will have a 4-point advantage if we can score. That is some beautiful blocking! And Marshall gets it in on his first attempt after the 2-minute warning. Almost wish we could have wasted more clock there, but that is a whopping 14 unanswered for Miami. They need a touchdown in 2 minutes to win this one. Over the middle, it's a quick 1st down. They got 2 timeouts. Clock is running. The defense has been hot. Can we stay alive? 21-17, North Texas. Can they complete this comeback? 2nd and 8, over the middle again. That is going to be taken down short. 3rd and 2. We know this is 4-down territory. Less than 90 seconds left in this contest, ladies and gentlemen. From the shotgun. Here comes the snap for Williams. Once again, having a phenomenal game. Here comes the pressure. He takes off for the 1st down, and that is a veteran play right there, getting it out of bounds. 2nd and 6. The clock's still running. We got less than a minute and 2 timeouts for Miami. The shotgun snap over the middle. It's the user that's going to put this one away. Kenton Allen. This defense has shown up and shown out. And the upset against Miami is complete. I don't mean to spoil it for you. Yeah, sorry. They don't return this punt. My fault. Didn't mean to spoil it for you. Yes, I played this game and now I'm commentating over it. They're going to kick it out of bounds with 2 seconds left. As long as they don't score a 1-play touchdown here, this one is over. But oh my goodness. I am gushing over this team right now. The resiliency to come into Miami, an ACC school with the season on the line after losing back-to-back conference games. I guess we got the FAU warm-up game. To come in here and just have a lot of things go wrong, but also have a lot of things go right. And our defense stepped up and made this win possible. Baker had some good balls. He's going to win player of the game. Tommy Maher with probably the biggest play of the dynasty. Devin Hyatt had some huge catches. Of course, Drayden Dickman, one of the better playmakers on this team. Baker, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but he did have the rushing touchdown as well. Justin Marshall had a better game. Terrell Washington, we got to get him some more reps. That's on me as the coach. Devin Hyatt, probably the best game out of all of our receivers today. And then, of course, Tommy Maher with a phenomenal game. Kenton Allen gets the game-winning pick. We got a lot of tackles for J.J. Jean-Lewis. The sacks go to Stephen Ahmad and Rashad Battles. Avion Carter, Samaje Burrell share one. Thank you guys for watching. Much love. I will catch you on the next one. Year 3 is still alive.